Hey, this is FFXWallstreet. Thank you for watching my first ever video blog. Today we're going to be talking about TNA's Sacrifice pay-per-view that they're going to be having this Sunday, live and only on pay-per-view. We're going to be talking about the different matches, the different feuds, and multiple other things that coincide with TNA Sacrifice 2011. Now, before you talk about Sacrifice, let's talk about what came before. Let's talk about the past a little bit. Let's talk about TNA's Lockdown pay-per-view last month. The all-steel cage spectacle. It was there. It was there that the Icon Sting defended the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against not only Rob Van Dam, but Mr. Anderson. Immortals Hulk Hogan tried intervening himself to try to swerve either Mr. Anderson and or Rob Van Dam onto Immortal's side to try to get the TNA World title off of Sting at all costs. Well, that didn't work, as Sting retained his championship. On Impact, Sting selectively chose Rob Van Dam to take him on this Sunday at Sacrifice. Will Hulk Hogan try to intervene? I don't know. But if I'm the booker, I say that Sting wins this match, because Slammiversary is next month. If Hulk Hogan seemed to think that his boys can't get the job done, then I suggest, if I'm the booker for this one, that he do it himself. I predict it will be Sting versus Hulk Hogan next month at Slammiversary for the TNA World title. If not, then there definitely will be a King of the Mountain match that, if in my opinion, if I'm Hulk Hogan, I put for Immortal versus Sting. The odds would definitely be against Sting and on the side of Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. Now, that being the main event, there are multiple other matches that are on this pay-per-view. Start at the bottom of the stack. Mexican America, Hernandez and Anarquia taking on Inc., Jesse Neal and Shannon Moore. We've seen a lot of dissension in the ranks between Inc. as of late, as in Shannon Moore disrespecting his opponents when Jesse Neal would shake the hands of his opponents. Shannon Moore would go absolutely nuts when he would lose. Although Inc. did win last month at Lockdown in the four-way Tornado Tag Team Cage match against the British Invasion, Crimson and Scott Steiner, and Eric Young and Orlando Jordan, I still sense some dissension in the ranks between that team. To the other side, Mexican America have wanted to solidify their place in the TNA Tag Team division, although last month at Lockdown, inversely from the talent of Inc., Mexican America lost both their matches as Matt Morgan defeated Hernandez in a steel cage match, and in the pre-show, Brother Devon defeating Anarquia in the same style of match. Inc. has been on a roll, although Shannon Moore's got an attitude problem, and Mexican America wanting to solidify their place. I would give the edge to Mexican America, simply because of the fact that they're wanting a spot in the tag team division. Abyss versus Crimson. What can you say about this one? Crimson dug Abyss's weapon Janice into his back quite a few months ago, and Abyss has been on a tear as of late. I don't know who to give the advantage to. They're both hardcore individuals, and I have no edge. This one is going to be called at the pay-per-view. Whoever wins the match. It's Immortal versus, he's not really Fortune, but he is a good guy. So if I were to give it any edge at all, if I was forced to give an edge, it would be to Abyss, because he is because he is Immortal. Mickie James taking on Madison Rayne for the TNA Women's Knockout Championship. If Mickie James wins, Terrence Tara's contract with Madison Rayne is null and void, and Tara is free to work by herself in TNA. Got to give the edge to Mickie James here. She's the current defending champion. She's got momentum on her side, and Tara is on the line. TNA is not going to let Tara continue with that storyline or it'd go bad. Mickie James, my opinion, the win in this one. Max Buck has been on a roll as of late, defeating many of the X Division stars, including his brother Jeremy, last month at Lockdown in the Escape match for the number one contender, to win the number one contendership for the TNA X Division Championship. Well, he will cash that in this Sunday at Sacrifice to take on Kazarian, the K-A-Z Kaz. Kazarian is Fortune. Got to give him that. If he's in trouble, his Fortune buddies can back him up. I give the edge, however, to Max Buck, simply because of the fact he's been on a roll. He's got the momentum heading into Sacrifice. I predict Max Buck as the winner of this, or as the winner for this one. Beer Money Incorporated versus Matt Hardy and his new tag team partner, Wildcat Chris Harris. Beer Money Incorporated, Robert Roode and James Storm are the current TNA World Tag Team Champions. But when Matt Hardy debuted Wildcat Chris Harris, James Storm went into a frenzy because that is his former tag team partner in America's Most Wanted. Beer Money Incorporated, my prediction, will win this match, but I see James Storm teaming with Chris Harris to reform A&W, and they'll get their time in the spotlight very soon. I predict Robert Roode to have a good singles run by himself. He did before when he employed Tracy Brooks and Peyton Banks. I think that he'll do good on his own, and then A&W can rule once again the TNA Tag Team Division. Finally, the Jarretts, Karen and Jeff, to take on Kurt Angle and his business partner, Chyna. Last month at Lockdown, Karen Jarrett helped her husband, Jeff, defeat Kurt Angle in the Ultra Male Rules 2 out of 3 Fall Steel Cage match. Although they have the edge and the momentum through pay-per-views, got to give the edge here to Kurt Angle and Chyna. Chyna has not been in the ring in multiple years. The last time we saw her, she was buddy with Eddie Guerrero and bodyguard for Triple H. I mean, she is up there with the legendary female wrestlers in professional wrestling. Oops, I said professional wrestling. Whoop, that's not allowed anymore. That's sports entertainment. What am I talking? It's TNA. It's freaking wrestling. Company in Stanford, it's wrestling. Got it? Good. Anyway, Karen and Jeff Jarrett, I predict that they will win simply because of the fact that Slammiversary is next month and they need to end this rivalry with a bang. Don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to do it. Next month, speaking of Slammiversary, will be the 7th annual Slammiversary, and we'll celebrate the 9th anniversary of TNA Wrestling. The concept of Slammiversary is always the King of the Mountain match. I mentioned it earlier. If Sting was not to face Hulk Hogan next month at Slammiversary, I figure that there will be a King of the Mountain match. Four Immortals versus Sting. I predict an RVD turn or a Mr. Anderson turn to Immortal, and one if not both of them, will be in the King of the Mountain match. I predict also an X Division King of the Mountain match, where Kazarian or Max Buck, whoever loses and whoever wins that match, they both will be in that, among other people. TNA's Sacrifice will be a very good pay-per-view. Jeff Hardy's not in it, but either way, this Sunday, May 15th, TNA Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, the 7th annual Sacrifice. I'm FFXWallstreet. That's my opinion. Thank you for watching my first ever video blog.